for those who are responding. Okay. So before we start, we just have some few reminders for you. So um, everyone will be put on mute. So this is for us to avoid any background noises and for us also to avoid any distractions from other participants. All right. So, however, as you can see on your screen, we have a chat function. So, the one that we used earlier to check if the audio is working and also the screen. So, if ever you have any questions, anytime during the session, you can just type in your question and then we'll address it later on as we go into the question and answer portion. Oh, also, I have with me my co-organizer. Her name is Ivy. So, hi, Ivy. So, she will be answering your questions as we go through the session. So, just keep on typing any questions that you have in your mind, okay? And at the end of this session, I will call out some questions that may appeal to all. So you are also encouraged to ask your question. So just remember there's no silly question here. So every question is valid. So I know that you have been experiencing any you want to ask your personal question regarding the system, so feel free to type in your question in the chat box, okay? And I will also make the slides available for you after the session, so there's no need to take down anything. So just sit back, relax, and listen carefully. So this is a 30-minute session only. So this is really meant for busy recruiters like you, like us. So if you're ready, let's get started. My name is Mers Bernardo. I'm one of the customer relations officer of JobStreet.com Philippines. So I've been with the company for almost 7 years. And during this time, my tasks revolve around collaborating and sharing sourcing and hiring best practices to different HR professionals. So I have worked with professionals who belong to the top 1,000 companies in the Philippines, including corporate accounts. Okay, so who are mostly hiring the whole year. And I would like to personally welcome everyone in this online session for SiVA Recruitment Center. Okay, so let's now go on to our webinar. What is our webinar content, or what are we going to talk here in our learning session? So first, in this webinar, we will be covering how to use SiVA confidently to source and manage candidates. So this is for both job posting and also talent search. And at the same time, how are we going to screen or manage the candidates that you have sourced? So that is under the manage candidate option or section. So we will start with the talent sourcing landscape. So it will take you on a system tour. Then we will draw out for your 10 recruiter tips to help you become a more effective online recruiter. And then later on, we will end with the question and answer portion. Okay. So let's talk about the talent sourcing landscape for today. So I know you already have an idea regarding the icons that we have now in on the screen. So to start, let me share with you what are the familiar landscape for you as a recruiter. So we'd like to emphasize that these are the key trends that has a significant implication in our recruiter nowadays. So we understand that today the recruitment can be very complex and challenging in view to the current landscape. I know everyone will agree to that. So we have the top four recruitment landscape or talent sourcing landscape that has a great impact in our sourcing. So number one is the mobile explosion. So this demands a change in the talent engagement since we are now tapping those candidates that are always on the go. All right. So, of course, we already know that most of the candidates nowadays have a smartphone or a mobile with them. So, because before, we are just calling them through their landline or their residential phone, but now they have their own mobile phones. So, how are we going to engage them, especially when we need them as a candidate? So, also, we are candidates nowadays are not only active or passive, they're already monitoring candidates. So with this, we need to use a wide range of solutions to capture the monitoring candidates. Also, candidates' motivation. So they are not looking at more than just the salary. They're also looking at other reasons on why are they going to apply into your company. So today, uh, us or we as hirers needs to clearly project their unique employment or employee value proposition to win this right candidate or this qualified candidate. And lastly, competitive talent landscape. So HR today are being pressured to deliver more. So given the less resources, so we all know that. So this is to meet the increasing demand of hirers that needs to meet the end recruitment needs or the efficiency of recruitment. So this is also by leveraging the software and tools that we have to streamline the recruitment process. So we do have the data points in these key trends from a candidate research conducted across the 7 countries that JobStreet or let's Seek Asia are we are currently operating in. So, one of the key trend impacting the talent sourcing landscape for today is the mobile explosion. So, which lends to a significant increase in mobile users searching and applying for jobs. So, as you can see, there we have 64% of total visits with the use of their mobile phones. So, can you imagine those candidates who are just checking your job postings or job advertisement with the use of their mobile phones. And 50% are coming from of the total applications that we are receiving are coming from this total visit or the mobile users. So what is the implication to us as employers? So we need to craft their mobile strategy for talent engagement. So this is for us to capture the mobile moments and engage directly and quickly beyond the job ads that we are posting. So we just need to think of what are the possible way for us to engage these mobile users since most of them um, are being converted to a valid application. And another key trend is they are no longer active or passive, but they are also monitoring candidates. So candidates are now open to opportunities even if they are not actively applying for jobs. So out of the candidate who found jobs, most were either actively seeking or applying. So that's the 75%. But many or 22% were simply monitoring the job market. So there is also a small fraction that are not doing anything. So they're already happy where they are right now or currently. So this means that hire or us as hirers needs to utilize a range of active and passive recruiter solution. So this is to attract a wider range of candidates in the pool, especially those that are monitoring candidates. So those who move or change jobs are not always the ones that are actively looking. So therefore, HR needs to have more than one solution to be able to encourage this candidate. So what we suggest is for us to do the dual sourcing, so to cover the wider range of candidates. So we have in JobStreet or in Seek Asia, we have quality job posting. So this is for those actively searching candidates. So for the 75%. And we also have talent search. So this is for those 22% monitoring candidates. Okay, so by the way, this research is based on Research Inc., so the Job Street or Job Seeker Market Survey commissioned by SIC Asia last April 2015. Okay. Also, the same job seeker market survey showed that talents today are motivated by more than just the salary. So, Research Inc. conducted a survey that clearly shows the factors other than the salary on what are the motivation factors of those candidates. So, still 77% answered the salary as their motivating factor, followed by work-life balance. So that's almost 62%, and another 62% for work environment, and followed by 61% for career growth opportunities. Okay. So with this, as HR, we must equip ourselves with more persuasive points. So aside from the salary, we need to take a look at what are the things that we can offer to those candidates. Do we have the work-life balance in our company? Can we provide them what it feels like working in our company when it comes to the work environment? And what are the advancement that this candidate can achieve once they're already employed in your company? Okay, so you can do this by means of improving your job ads. Because we have here what we call the rich job ad, wherein you can improve your company profile page in order for you to provide those information needed by the candidate. So this covers your salary, the work life balance, your work environment, and the career growth opportunities. Mostly, you will find this under the Why Join Us portion in your company profile page. Okay. And lastly, we also have here the competitive talent landscape. So the last key trend observed in the talent sourcing landscape that HR today are being pressured to do more with less. So you and I know that in the current economic climate and competition, organizations are being pressured to expect and to deliver hires in a shorter period of time. So do you agree with that? Okay. So with this pressure, implications to you as HR is needed to increase your end-to-end recruitment efficiency. So this is by leveraging the software and tools which can help shorten the recruitment process. Because if we do it manually, it will take it a little bit more time. So what we need to do is to use the technology that we have to speed up the process. So that's why JobStreet is here with the new platform, the SiVA Recruitment Center, that we are working towards creating a system that builds collaboration with the hiring manager into your recruitment process. So this is to ensure that you need not to do it everything yourself. So um you have another tool from JobStreet that you can use in order for you to speed up your recruitment process. Okay, so now let me introduce you to the new SiVA Recruitment Center. So we will have a quick walkthrough on how to post a job advertisement and also to search for talents or resumes using SiVA Recruitment Center. So this is just a demo, or it will give you a quick overview of how the system looks. So just remember, not all features here are deployed, which means you can get a peek on what is coming your way. So those of you not yet on this platform will be migrated in the coming months. Okay, so before we access, you just need to log in using your login ID and password to access your SiVA Recruitment Center. So once you log in, you will be routed to the home page, wherein you can see on right on top is the access to the job ads. Okay, so this one. And then the job ads to create jobs and the talent search. So if you want to search for candidates. And at the bottom right, you will see a calendar view of interviews that you have set. So this is the calendar. And on the left will be the list of interviews. So if you already have your upcoming invites or interviews. And below are any important notices. And if there are any alerts or notices, the bell above will turn red. So we have here the notification area or the bell. So it will turn red if you have important notices that needs to look at. Okay. So let's go to the job ads. Okay. So you just need to job ads are listed with the older posted ones. So you can find that on the top portion of the job ads. And this is because for you to encourage to process fast. So that's the reason why we put all the older ones or those who expiring job ads on top of the page of the job ads, and the already expired jobs will be in gray at the right bottom, as we should be done with their processing. So you can view a job ad. So we have here the view option, and then the edit, so you can still edit it, or even repost if you still have posting credit, so you can repost the job ad. And you also notice there is a link called Collaborate, so we will discuss more about it later. And you would also be able to see the save drafts, so that's right here on the upper portion, and create job ads. Okay, so let's post a job ad now. There. So once we post a job ad, it will provide you a one-pager job ad view. So for a faster job ad creation. So we also have here the auto-generated salary suggestion based on the position level, specialization, and the location of the job detail. Okay. So you just need to provide all the required information. So the position title, the employment type, position level, job specialization, and the rules. At the same time, the location, since this is also one of the important detail that candidates look at whenever they are searching for jobs. Okay. And on the next page, we have, or this is on the bottom page, we have the job requirements. So you just need to choose the education level since this is required, the field of studies, our years of experience, and the skills. And lastly, we have the job description. So we normally suggest to provide a job summary for the job ad. At the same time, at least 5 bullets for job description and job responsibilities, and 5 bullet points for the job requirements. So this is for you to provide a brief and concise information about the job ad that you are posting to the candidate. And at the bottom part of the page, there is additional option. So we have here the standout listing. So you would be needing another credit for standout listing. So with standout listing, you can provide the key selling points, the top 3 key selling points of your company or your job ad that you are posting. So once you post it in the website, it will be highlighted in blue. So it will stand out from the word itself from the other job ads. Okay. But if you don't have standout listing, you just need to uncheck it and proceed to the next page. Okay. So once you proceed on the next page, you will now be provided with the company profiles. So you have the option to up to upload any of your pictures here, the company header, okay, and the company logo and the job description. So if you still need to add more information about the job description, so feel free to edit it in the second page, the company profile page, and then just click done. Same with the company snapshot. So this is more of the important details about your company, like your telephone number, the website, the working hours, the benefits. Okay, so that's for the company snapshot. And of course, the work location. So you just need to provide the address of your office or of your company. Okay, so once done, you just need to click save or post. So once you post the job ad, you will be routed to the talent. You will be advised to use talent search while waiting for an application for the newly posted job advertisement. So you can just click search candidate. Okay, so once you click that, the system will provide you the most relevant resumes under talent search. So you have the option to filter it in the left side. So if you have a particular location for that position or the industry, so you may search that. So just remember, this is for talent search. So all the contact details will not be showed and unless you download it or you retrieve the resumes. Okay. But you also have the option to search for your own job or position using talent search. So you just need to click talent search and then provide all the keywords required or needed for the position. So all the must-haves. Okay. So Now that you have already sourced your candidates, and let's say, for example, you already receive applications in the job ads that you posted, so all of them will be in the unprocessed folder. So it will be forwarded in the unprocessed folder. So you can just click the number to check on the resumes. So once you click on the number, it will provide you a card type format of all the resumes. So in the card, it will provide you just the basic information of the candidate. Okay, so once you click the card type, it will now give you the whole resume. Okay, so in the resume, you have the option to move the resume to shortlist, interview, or not suitable folder. So let's say you move it to shortlisted folder, and you want to invite it for an interview. So you can just click interview. So we have an option to invite the candidate for an interview using the invitation to email option. So everything is in the invitation email. So the position title, where the candidate was qualified, and the body of the email, so the message, and also the form of invitation. So if you want to invite them for a schedule for a phone call, or if you want to set a schedule for a face-to-face meeting. So you just need to choose one. So let's say you choose a schedule for a face-to-face meeting. So you just need to set the date and time, the venue, the contact person, and the contact number. So the candidate would know who to call if they still have any further questions. Okay. All right. So we're done with the invitation, with sending an invitation to the candidate through email. So if ever you want to add more users, so you just need to go to the drop down of the username, and then just click user management. So we encourage you to create more users. So especially um if you need to collaborate the positions that you are posting to another user. Okay, so to create one, you just need to click create user and just provide all the information needed. So the full name, the designation, the department, the email, and the login ID. So just remember, the super user will be the one, or is only the one who can create their user. So if you want to add more user, you just need to inform the super user so that he or she can add a user for you. And there is also an access right. So if the super user wants to limit the access for that new user, so if you just want them to access all jobs or specific jobs, so that is possible. And the job posting or the talent search, same with user management and credit management. And then just click save. Okay, so as we've mentioned earlier, we have what we call the collaborate option. So this one. So if you want to collaborate with the various stakeholder or other users to speed up your hiring process, you just need to click collaborate. Okay, so since there is a limitation of job postings that the candidate or the users can view, if you want the users to view your job ad, the job ad that you posted, you can just click collaborate and then just click their name for them to be able to view the job ad that you posted. Okay, so not only the job ad but also the resumes under that job ad that you posted. Okay, and then just click done. All right, so once you collaborate or you have a collaborator for that job ad, you will also it will have the collaborate icon. Okay, so beside the job ad that you posted. Okay, so if you want to check the credits, you just need to click the drop down under the username and then just click credit. So it will provide you all the products available for you. So the job ads, the talent search, the standout listing, and other products. Okay, so we're done with the the quick walkthrough of the SiVA Recruitment Center. So we will be providing you 10 quick tips for effective hiring using the SiVA Recruitment Center. Okay, so tip number one is for you to have an accurate job and salary matching. So we encourage you to display your salary because with the right salary information and plus the expected salary of the candidate, you will be able to have an accurate matches. And with the accurate matches plus the rich job ad or an attractive ad, your application will have more serious and relevant candidates. But we know that some of you cannot really display their salary due to confidentiality reason, so that's okay. But we highly encourage if it is possible for you to display the salary so that we are providing the right message to the candidate. So we are just being transparent to the candidate. Okay, so that's for tip number one. And tip number two, you just need to always post a 5-star job advertisement. So we have another learning session for creating a 5-star job ad that you also want to attend. So in creating a 5-star job advertisement, you are providing a comprehensive and persuasive job advertisement to attract more relevant candidates. So this is by uploading all the needed photos for your company profile, at the same time all the needed information for the job description, the why join us portion, and the company overview. Okay. And then for tip number three, you just need to start talent search immediately. So this is for you to get more choices of candidates. So just like what we did earlier, after posting a job ad, we already click the search candidates to try searching for more talents in our JobStreet database. So this is for you to ensure if there are other candidates who are not applying but actively searching for jobs. Okay. And then for tip number three, we have search anytime for additional candidates. So just like tip number three, we can use talent search in searching for more candidates. But this time, for tip number four, you will be the one to provide the keywords needed or the must-haves for the talent search. And then tip number five is to give SiVA access to hiring managers. So just like what we did earlier, we created a new user access. So this is for us to ensure that we are collaborating with other users. At the same time, if you need to submit resumes to your hiring manager, it is also better to have for them to have an access in SiVA Recruitment Center so that they would also know how it works or how many candidates are you receiving for that particular position or for that job. Okay, so once you create a new user access, the new user will also be receiving an email. So just like this, it will provide the candidate or the user the login ID and the default password. Okay, and then for tip number six, daily login for best candidates. So did you know that highest quality job candidate are available for less than 5 days? Yes, so that is because of once we most of the quality candidates get hired fast if we process it in less than 5 days. So that is from Aberdeen Group and First Person Inc. data. So when they survey or when they conduct a study when it comes to quality hires, it shows that if we process candidates in less than 5 days, so we are getting more quality candidates. So what we need to do is to log into our SiVA recruitment system and to immediately move the resume from unprocessed to their designated folder. So just like the shortlisted, the interview folder, or the not suitable folder. So with that, we are also updating the status of the candidate. And tip number seven is to process and provide feedback automatically. So this will also improve company processing time to show your company's efficiency. Also, as mentioned earlier, once we move the resume from one folder to another, the candidate will also be receiving feedback in their My Job Street account. So if you leave the resume under unprocessed, it will just show as received. But if you move it to shortlist or interview folder, it will show as viewed. And same with invited for interview, so it will show as invited. Not suitable, so no status, or it will also show as not suitable on their end. Also, as mentioned, the company snapshot will be improved once you move the resume regularly from one folder to another. So the average processing time will also improve your employer brand. It will give the candidate an idea that your company process fast. So it is a positive feedback in your employer brand when it comes to the job seekers. And for tip number 8, shortlist top ranked candidate first. So as you notice, the candidate rank is ranked by relevancy. So it will start with the position title, the current and the previous, the industry, the skills, and the work location. So you just need to shortlist based on the ranking of the candidates. Okay. And then for tip number 9, use filter to slice and dice. So if you will notice, we have different filters on the left side of the page. So this is based on your actual result in making the shortlisting efficient. So if you need to filter the candidate through its location, the industry, or the salary, so you can do that with the use of our filters in SiVA Recruitment Center. And lastly, tip number 10 is to use interview invite feature. So just like what we did earlier, we have invited a candidate for an interview. So once you invited a candidate for an interview, they will be notified through email, through their JobStreet mobile app if they have one, through company member homepage, and through SMS. So your candidate needs to respond by accepting or declining the invite, or providing their most suitable time. And also, they will also be receiving a reminder 1 day before the actual interview and 2 hours before the interview. And in the members homepage, 1 week before the interview, 1 day before, and on the day itself. Okay, so that's the end-to-end support invites of JobStreet.com to the hirers for us to ensure that the candidate will be able to receive all the invites that we are sending them. We also have the dashboard with the calendar. So this is also for you to track the dates where you have a scheduled interview. So if you will notice, there are color codes in the calendar. So the green indicates number of invites, the blue indicates accepted, the red indicates declined, and the partially filled blue means pending response from the candidate. You may also sync this calendar to your Outlook emails. So once you have a scheduled interview, you will be notified. Okay, so I think we are already in the last part, or the question and answer portion. So if you have further questions regarding the system, please feel free to provide your question. Okay. Okay, I think we are just right on time. It's just we're done with the 30 minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to uh key in your questions or type your questions in the chat box for us to assist you in your question. Okay, any questions so far? So, have you tried using SiVA Recruitment Center? So, do you encounter um are you confused in other tabs or in other features that you want to raise your concerns or anything? Okay. Is there anyone typing their question? Okay, so while we're waiting for your question, so let me move on to the conclusion with the new SiVA Recruitment Center. So the new system or the new platform will take your recruitment to the next level with the best SiVA or the best sourcing system. So we have integrated sourcing. So with the SiVA Recruitment Center, it is built with the tools that you need in recruitment to make it easier for you and faster for you to hire a candidate. Also, we have the collaborative screening, wherein you can work together to find and hire the right talent with the new SiVA Recruitment Center. Okay. So we have here the proposed recruitment process in the new SiVA with when it comes to job requisition, consultation session with your hiring manager, dual channel sourcing, and collaborate and screen pass. Okay. All right. I think we have a question here. Okay. Our question is if the new platform is applicable to current user. Um, because currently we still have the old platform activated on other users. I'm just not sure if your current if the one that you're currently using is the old platform, but if you want to migrate to the new platform, it is possible. So you just need to inform your customer care team in your country to migrate you to the new platform. Okay, I'm just not sure if your company still has the old one, but if you want to be migrated, then it is possible. May I know if the new platform is free for the current users? The new platform is already included once you avail a package or a posting package through JobStreet. So you can use it once you have a posting credit or a talent search credit. So that is if you already have the new platform, but I think some of the companies still has the old one, the what we call the SiVA 11, the old platform. So you just need to check with your customer care team in your country if you still have the old one and if you want to migrate with the new one. So they can provide you more details about it. Okay. Do you have any other questions aside from that? Thank you for those who raised their questions. Okay. We have another question here. What if they are already started using SiVA Recruitment Center, the new one, but they want to revert to the old one? With that, we need to check on because we have a checklist on what are the things that we need to consider when we are reverting to the old platform. And this also needs approval from the supervisor of your salesperson and the customer care team partnering with the salesperson. So I think we need to you need to raise this to your account manager so that they can discuss this with their superior. Because there are things that we need to consider when we are reverting to the old platform because eventually all the system will be migrated to the new platform and the old platform will be phased out. So that's the reason why we are not really reverting it back to the old one since every all the system will already be migrated to the new one. All right. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for raising your question. Do you have any further question? Last question before we end the session. I would like to thank everyone for attending. I know this is a busy week for you. So for us, this is already quarter three. So it's quite busy, but it's still okay. Okay. So if you still have further question, feel free to send an email to customer care team, corpcare at jobstreet.com for us to answer more some of your questions or all of your questions rather. Okay? So I think there's no question anymore. So I would like to thank everyone for attending this session. So I will be sending you the slide for a copy of this presentation. And I would like to ask everyone to answer the feedback form for your evaluation and comments and suggestion. Again, this is Merce Bernardo from Customer Care Philippines. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Bye.